Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so today is Temu challenge day. So I ordered this a little over a week ago. Just wanted to try it out, see how it was. I honestly don't know how it is. I've seen some Facebook Alright, so the package contains a saw I seen on Facebook where Temu had this saw that hooks up to your drill, and apparently this one right here. So let's see what it looks like. Let's get an unboxing, see the first look on this thing. So first glance, so this is some kind of, I would say some kind of plastic, some thick plastic. It seems pretty heavy duty. Gear seems to be decent. Yeah, the gearing seems to be pretty decent. So this is the bar that came with it. This is the little bar. This is the cover. And then, wow. This is just a 6-inch bar is all this is. Here's your little blade. Little bitty thing. And then right here is all the hardware. We'll get this all pulled out. Get the, well, such good directions. It really doesn't give you a whole lot of information where this piece would go. Maybe upward like this. Yeah, let's try that. That's what it looks like. Alright. Next thing would be to put this on. Maybe we can go down just a little bit more. Oh, that was all we needed. Just that little bit's all we needed. Alright, and let's tighten it back up. It's just got the little screw that hangs out there on that side. The tensioner, I guess you would call it. Alright. Next up is the cover. Actually, this little piece here goes in there first. There we go. Now we tighten the cover up. That feels a little bit too tight, maybe. There we go. Tighten it down. The little handle just screws it on this side here. It hooks up just like so. Alright. It's kind of in the way though. Alright, I'm going to take this little piece with me. I'm going to leave this sitting here just for a minute. Alright, let's go get a drill. Alright, so it doesn't actually say what this thing's capacity is, so we're just going to start off with some small trees, and we'll go from there. Let's put it on there nice and straight, tighten it up. Let's see. Alright. You know, so there's no place for an actual to oil it anywhere, so I'm guessing you'd probably have to hand oil it for now. I would say that's what you have to do. Looks like it's gotten a little bit loose. See there? Gotten a little bit loose just from that little bit, so probably need to tighten it down real quick. So we'll just loosen this up just enough to do this, and then we will tighten this. Let's see if that's enough. That feels about right. Tighten it back down. I don't know how much tightening it needs, so it doesn't really say a torque or anything like that on it. Alright, so let's start off with something small because it doesn't say what the biggest it can cut is. So let's start off with cutting this. I want to say this is a sweet gum, small sweet gum tree. I'll be cutting it the wrong way. Looks like it doesn't cut. Might have helped if I had it on there correct. I think I have the blade on backwards. Alright, let's take it off and see if we can turn it back around real quick. Alright, now that we got that situated, let's try this again. That actually cut through pretty quick. Let's try it down here, which is a little bit thicker at. Man, that cuts pretty good actually. Blade is a little loose again. Alright, let's try something a little bit harder. Alright, let's try it on this oak here. As you can see, it's just cutting right through that. And that's about an inch and a half. I guess that's about an inch and a half. Alright, so let's try it on down here. It's about 2 inches down here, so we'll try it down here. Not a problem. Cut it right off. I'm very surprised this thing's actually cutting it. For $7 and a drill, man. Alright, so this one here, I would say is closer to probably 3 inches up here. It's probably closer to 3 inches, so we'll try it up here first and see how it does. Yeah. Cut it right down. Man, that gave it no problems. No problem at all. So this is a 6-inch blade, and I would say that's pretty close to 3 inches in width. Yeah, I would say that's pretty close to 3 inches in width. Cut that pretty good actually. I wouldn't suggest cutting small, tiny little limbs that are just barely coming up off of these, because you kind of have to put this up against something, and unless it's a stronger tree, then it may just keep pulling the tree to you. So, which we'll try that out here in just a second, actually. Let me tighten this up a little bit more. It looks like it's coming loose a bit. There we go, that's better. Alright, so let's come over here and try it on something else. It's got some small limbs hanging out, just to try it out, so I can get you guys a good review on this. We can try on this little small treat here too. Perfect. All right. Let's try on these little limbs right here. See how it kind of pulls the tree to you? It'd be a little... You really need to have something to be up against it with pretty good before you actually start going down on it, I guess. Here's a good one right here. Let's try this one. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Alright. Looks like you can see it. I'm going to try to cut this. Actually, let's try to cut this one here off first. Perfect. Cut it right off. So as long as you actually get against the tree first and then put pressure coming down on it, then it should be fine. Chop that one just fine too. Let's see if we can find a larger tree. So the trees I've been cutting now are just hardwoods, which let's try this pine right here. I know pine is a type of hardwood as well, but it's a lot softer than oak or the sweet gum. So let's try this pine right here. There's two side by side anyways, so it kind of needs to be cut. Yeah, we'll try this one real quick. Let's see. Let's do it like this. Actually, let's see which way do I want it to fall. We want it to fall this way. All right. And then let's see if we can get it to cut through. Perfect. It cut all the way, looks like it cut all the way through. Look at that. Perfect. And I would say that's pretty close to 3 inches as well. Maybe more. Maybe a little bit more, or dead on about 3 inches as well. A lot softer wood than the oaks and the sweet gums. But man, this thing is actually performing pretty well. So for anyone that don't actually have a saw and needs to, do a little bit of trimming every once in a while, this would be a great setup. Honestly, most everybody has a drill, but not everybody has a chainsaw. So as long as you have a drill, you can go on Temu and buy this little 6-inch saw attachment for your drill. Surprisingly, it works really well, and the quality is not too bad. It's a little wobbly. I guess you could probably put it on there a little bit tighter, which I felt like I tried to, but I may not have got it on there 100% tight enough. But I mean, overall quality, I mean, it is made of plastic, but I don't think the gears inside would be made of plastic. They might be made of plastic, but I highly doubt it. I mean, the blade seems to be pretty decent quality. It's staying sharp. I've already cut, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 trees and a couple small limbs with it, and it's done just fine so far. The bar is actually in pretty decent shape. I mean, it doesn't feel too cheap either. I mean, it's amazing. It actually comes with a way to tighten up the blade on it if needed. It comes with a little guard here. Comes with an extra handle for better control, and you can swap it to up here as well, and even down here on the bottom side as well. So overall quality, I would give this a 6 out of 10, because I mean, all the time somebody's always needing something. I mean, whether if you go to management areas, or just you got land that's far off but you got a few limbs you have to trim, then this would come in really great. Actually, I know one time my dad and I went on some management area land, and on our way out, a tree had fallen in our way, and we just so happened the person that came up behind us actually ended up having a saw and was able to cut it out of our way. But in cases like that, this would come in really handy, actually. I mean, for cheap. I mean, it was $7, and then it took about a week to get here. So overall quality, this thing actually performed really well. And now I am using a Milwaukee drill. Milwaukee is more of a decent brand. It is the 18 volt, and I did have it on setting number 2 for a little more speed. I don't know if it'll do it on 1. I didn't try it on 1. I'm sure it probably will do it as well, maybe a little bit slower. or may even go faster getting a better bite on it. I don't really know. Like I said, I didn't try it, but for overall quality, like I said, I would give this a 6 out of 10. But you know, I mean, I think anyone that needs a saw that doesn't have one but does have a drill, this would work out great, especially if you're just doing small trimming here and there. You know, nothing over probably 4 inches. I did a few trees. I did two trees, I'm sorry, that was 3 inches, and it cut them just fine. So I imagine anything that size or smaller would be just great for this. And I mean, you don't want to be putting this at a 6-inch tree anyways. Even though it's got the blade for a 6-inch, I probably wouldn't put it at it, because I mean, you still got to have control of the tree as well. So you really don't want something like that coming down on you. So cutting a little 3 or 4 inch tree, you've pretty much got enough control over it where you can handle it still by yourself. And especially just trimming small limbs and doing some small pruning, maybe this would come in really handy for that. Hey, you guys, you just comment down below what you guys think of this Temu challenge I did today, and like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.